I may not be able to answer all of the questions in the world. I may not know why men have nipples, but I do know anything and everything there is to know about Five Nights at Freddy's. Ever since 2013, coming up to 2014 this year, I have been obsessed completely with the lore. So, let's put on our trench coats, don our investigative sunglasses, and dive in to a new theory. It is actually my belief that the children in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 are haunting the player. And I think that maybe even in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, they're haunting you. Now, you may think that I'm completely crazy at first, but all of the evidence pointing in this direction comes from one very specific place: the Mario Natiti. If you ever looked at the Mario Natiti's design, you would realize that it's actually quite resembling of the crying child in the minigame where you have to take cake. You see, in that game, a pink man murders a child outside of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. That child has long flowing tears going down their face and a gray head. If we look at the Mario Natiti, we can actually see something extremely similar to this. They have long purple tears going down their face and a white head. Now, you might think I'm stretching it a little bit, but you can also see in the newspaper in Five Nights at Freddy's 1 that 5 children go missing. How many animatronics are there? Well, you might think that there's 4, but if you actually notice a secret Easter egg, you'll notice that Golden Freddy, the 5th animatronic, is actually in the game, but only if you notice him. You may not have known that, but I did notice him. So, if you notice Golden Freddy, you would notice that there are actually 5 animatronics in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, which align, if you'll notice, with the 5 missing children. It is therefore possible that every single animatronic in the game is actually haunting you. And just to go back to the Mario Natiti, the phone guy in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 says that the Mario Natiti is always thinking. How would a robot think at all? Unless it's possessed. Now, you still might think I'm crazy, but to point to one more piece of evidence, in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, we can see a minigame where we have to save them as Freddy. We see 5 children strewn across the floor, similar to the Mario Natiti before they were possessed. They all have gray faces. That's extremely important because it might tell us that those 5 children are haunting the toy animatronics. That doesn't explain how the withered animatronics, or the old versions of the original characters, are still haunting the player. Well, I think that it's actually possible that Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is a prequel to Five Nights at Freddy's 1. You may think I'm crazy, but if you look at the paycheck at the end of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, it will say 1987 at the very end, when most people believe the story takes place in 1993 for Five Nights at Freddy's 1. So there you have it. That pink man murdered a child who would become the Mario Natiti. And there are 10 other dead children who all possess each robot. It's not that they think you're an empty endoskeleton like Phone Guy says. This may be pretty revolutionary, I know. But if you look at all of the evidence in the story, you would notice that in actuality, there is a lot of evidence supporting this. But only if you notice it. Well, I can't do what I do for free. So please, make sure you like the video and subscribe and follow my Spotify account. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to get at least 100 followers before New Year's Eve 2014. Thank you all so much. Muffles out.